How y'all doing? The reason I'm doing this Kickstarter campaign is to help fund my project called After Lockup. What it's about is people that have been released from prison, or maybe have done a few times in county jail and have changed their lives around for the better. I've got a lot of interviews and whatnot set up, but I don't have the right equipment to do it all, and really can't afford what I need. I want to turn this into a actual business, a brick and mortar storefront to help people that have been released from jail or prison to get back on their feet, give them tools to better themselves and to get ready for society. The one thing about prisons, at least in the state of Florida where I live, is they really don't get people ready for coming out. Basically, they either have someone pick you up from jail and give you $50 in cash and a check if you have any more than $50 in your account, or a bus ticket to where you're going. And I also want to help with the family members to help them adjust to this person that's coming out that's not going to be the same person they knew going in. I did time in prison myself, so I'm doing this because I was able to turn my life around, but I didn't have no help from the Department of Corrections themselves. Their biggest goal is, and don't let them fool you when you see TV interviews and whatnot, their biggest goal is for you to come back. That's how they make money. They don't like low recidivism rates, so they don't offer very much in the way of help for people. You may see shows like Lockup on MSNBC or Hard Time on National Geographic, where they show these inmates doing these works and getting these certificates, to help them when they get out. The thing that they fail to say most of the time is a lot of these inmates have 30, 40, 50 years left on their sentence, so in reality it's not benefiting them in any which way. There are exceptions to the case, of course, but so what I'm doing is doing a documentary. I'm going to sit down and interview people that have been released, that have turned their lives around, how they did it, what they feel they could have used to help. I've got family members of currently incarcerated people that want to talk about how it affects them, because very rarely do you hear about the effects on the actual families. I have a few ex-correctional officers that want to sit down and speak and talk about, how it was for them as a guard and how they feel the system needs to change. So I really hope you're able to help me get this off the ground. I haven't done much in my life that I feel has touched people, has helped them change their paths. I have a beautiful family. I have a wife. I have 4 kids. 3 kids and a stepson, but the stepson's basically mine. I treat him as if he was my child. I'm the only one working in the house. I take care of my family, and if I didn't have the support of my dad and my stepmom when I got out of prison, I'd probably been right back in. But I made a goal to change myself, and as hard as it was, I did it. But a lot of these people coming out don't have that support. I want to try to change the mentality of society in one way, even if it's one person, that when they hear the word prison, it's not, oh, you must have raped someone or murdered someone, or, armed robbery, or, big time drug charges. And it's just that stigma that's hurting these people that get out, and it's basically knocking them down a notch. They're already getting out on one foot, and society's not allowing them to put that second foot down. I want to try to enact laws that limit the amount of time a company can go back in your background. I've managed, since I've been out, I've managed Circle K gas stations, franchise, not corporate. I've been a kitchen manager in a restaurant. I'm back in the restaurant industry now. And when I went to the corporate side of these companies and applied, regardless that I had all the certificates, I had an exemplary employee record, I had numerous letters of recommendation, they wouldn't hire me because I had to check yes that I've been convicted of a felony. And I think that's wrong, because there are a lot of really good people out there that have had just a bad choice in life. And there's not one person watching this video that has not made a bad choice in life. And when that choice is brought back to their attention, they hate it. So that's what I'm trying to do is, you know, granted, I do believe some crimes need to stay punished. If you murder someone willingly or even unwillingly, like a DUI, you should know better than to drink and drive. If you are a sex offender, you know, an actual sex offender, not some poor kid that was 19 and his girlfriend was 17. You know, they met in high school and the mom and dad caught them sleeping together and the mom and or dad pressed charges. Now this person's a sex offender for their entire life. I'm talking about someone that rapes people. I'm talking about someone that does things with little kids that they shouldn't, stuff like that. I agree that that stigma is going to be stuck on you. But a lot of people have changed their lives when they got out. And it's hard for them to find a job unless they get on with an owner like the first person that hired me. And his first words to me when he found out that I had a charge was, "I don't care what you did, I care what you do." And I want more people to have that mentality. I want laws to be enacted that states that a company can only go so far back. I actually had a civil suit pending against a company. I decided to drop it just because I didn't have the money to afford to make it go forward. But on their application, it said, "Have you been convicted of a crime within the last 3 years? Pleaded no contest or guilty and within the last 3 years." Well, no, I haven't. So when I applied, they ran my background check. Well, we can't hire you because you were convicted of a felony. But that's not what your application asks. So if your application's asking for the last 3 years, why are you going further back than that? You know, you're giving people a false hope that, hey, I might get this job because I've been out for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. But then they go 15, 20 years back on your record. I want to make laws to change that. That, you know, they have to specify an amount of time. Because I did my crime. I admitted my crime. I didn't fight my crime. It was my crime. I did it. And I don't think that I should be continually having to pay a debt that I've already paid, and that jobs should be able to judge me based on me putting a check mark in a box, even though I have letters of recommendation from the president of Sprint because of a company that my parents owned that dealt with cell phone companies. I've met the guy face to face. You know, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help people that have just got out to reacclimate themselves with society, to help them find jobs, to help them find counseling, be it Narcotics Anonymous, Drugs, Alcoholics Anonymous. If they just need counseling because they need to reprogram themselves, you know, to deal with society. That's what this documentary is about. And I'm recording all this on my phone. So this is where I'm trying to raise the funds because I only have so much, and I really want this to be it might not be a worldwide phenomenon, but I want it to be big enough that I can help a few people, that I can help a few families, that I can change the mindset of somebody. Maybe it's an employer at a job that happens to watch one of the documentaries and feels that he wants to give some of these people a chance, because I'll tell you right now that, and I've had a lot of people that hire ex-felons tell me that they're the best workers they have because they're so loyal, because they're appreciated that they have a job, and that they're one of their hardest workers because they don't want to lose that job because they know how hard it is to find another one. So I really appreciate it if you donate anything. I don't care if it's $1, I don't care if it's 50 cents. As the documentary series grows, as the websites grow, because I'm just starting to build it. I don't really know how to build websites, so I'm kind of doing it all on my own right now. I will make sure I thank every single person by name as many times as I possibly can. So I really thank you for your support. I hope that you can help me in this venture. I'm not shy about my past. I always talk about it because it's what made me the person I am today. And I want my kids to see that if you strive for a goal and you set yourself to that goal, it can be reached, but you have to try to do it on your own. I don't want them growing up thinking that they can just skate through life. I want them to see that it is hard, it is a struggle. And again, I appreciate any help that anyone can give. Thank you for your time. And like I said, all the funds are going to go to help me get video recording devices like a camera or something, a tripod, stuff like that, programs for editing, and for marketing to market out the site and everything itself. So thank you again and have a wonderful day.